I could really honestly use it. But alas, here we are, doing a thing. Okay, so it looks like we are live. Now, for those of you that recalled the last time we played Vampire the Masquerade, we've been through a lot. One of the characters that we actually genuinely bonded with in our first playthrough of the first game appears to be dead after feeling betrayed about his master, person in charge of his upbringing, what have you, basically let the love of his life die. But here we are. It's been a while. Bad Kusoge games have prevented us from progressing any further with Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York. It also does not help that I've been hit by some of the worst writer's block I think I've ever had. I was supposed to publish a blog, and I've gotten to the editing, revising phase of it, and I just don't have the energy. And it'd be okay if I just didn't give a shit, as they would say, but alas, I do give a shit about the quality of my writing, as flawed as it might actually be. Okay, everyone, so here's where we're at with this game. There's been a murder. The murder was bad. A murder most foul. I think that the game audio is a little low when it's not in that intro thing. So, someone got killed. We're in charge of the investigation. It was the evil dude, British, racist, sexist dude who was in charge of the Anarchs. We are not the Anarchs. We are a part of the Camarilla. I believe we are Lasombra. I could be wrong about that. We are Lasombra, aren't we? Yeah, we're Lasombra. So we have this desire to kill things, people who, attack our integrity and our ability to fight are supposed to get up in our shit. That makes us real bad. I have a lot to say about this game. This is definitely going to be something that I write about, how this is both the best way to introduce someone to the world of darkness and also not a good way to introduce someone to the world of darkness, but more on that later in stream. So anyways, evil racist British dude who was in charge of the Anarchs has been murdered. We are in charge of the investigation. We're going to file a report to a friend of ours because we are a representative of the Lasombra who only recently came into the Camarilla. They were previously independent, and then it's complicated. Vampires, blah, blah, blah. Vampire, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and also I forgot to say this. Everyone hates us, but that seems par for the course here. I'm just putting a lozenge into my throat because it's been a long day and I've been talking a lot, and I would like to just have a little bit of a relaxing menthol-based lozenge as I voice act all of this stuff. And yes, this is playthrough in which I voice act. Time to move in and move out before I'm noticed by Benoit. Will this be all? I guess so. I rattled off most of it in a hurry on the way here. I'll come up with a more exhaustive report tomorrow night. Busy? Looks that way, Father. Our wayward girl has finally been recognized by her superiors. Here we go again. Of course, he had to sneak up on me. If even you heard about that, I guess that means every single kindred in the 5 boroughs knows. I know you're an expert when it comes to knowing who's saying what and where, but the last time we met, you promised to share that knowledge with me. Yeah, I was kind of lying. That's the 9th commandment broken, Father. Shouldn't you scold her? Don't involve me in your silly games, Benoit. The way you fall for obvious lies stems from your biggest failing in communication. And that is, you only pay attention to the what that's being said and not the how. I've decided this guy's gonna have my Richard Nixon. That. Booyah, motherfucker. Suck it. Annihilated with an absolutely flawless diagnosis. God, I love Julia. Julia's great. I wish Julia was in a full-fledged game. Can we put Julia in this bad, god-awful Bloodlines game that they're supposed to make in, like, 10 years from now? I want to see that. At a reasonable time. Man. Did I forget to I disabled streamer mode? Oh well. Well, yeah. Booyah, motherfucker. Suck it. Annihilated with an absolutely flawless diagnosis. Child, don't make me regret signing with you. I'm sorry, Father. Won't happen again. Especially if you promise to keep verbally destroying that clown. Split infinitum. Oh, no, wait. No. Keep is a verb. Okay. I thought it meant to verbally keep would be the split infinitum. Oh, wait. Nope. Sorry. Oh, boy. Just don't have the energy. You're in a strange mood tonight, child. Go get some sleep. Yes, we'll continue with this tomorrow. I'm not showing up here tomorrow. Yes, you are. Stop breaking the 9th commandment. See you around, Julia. He says my name in a sickly, sweet way that gives me the creeps. I bow to Father Leonard, do my best to ignore Benoit, and head for Dakota's place. Finally, my haven. We've been to this location no less than 3 times, and now you decide to give me the definition. Now is the time for you to give me the definition. Fine. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh. Mood lights. Neon pink. Oh, is this a ghost? Are we gonna get haunted by... Hey. Hey. Another tough night? You don't know the half of it. You want a drink? She points to her neck. I managed to summon a faint smile. I'd love to, but you know, we can't do this too often. Maybe tomorrow? You want to talk then? Yeah, guess so, just not about work, okay? I sit down next to her. Not about work, got it. What's on your mind then? The past, I guess. Meaning? How spotty our memories are, how, despite that, that's what we built our convictions on. Damn, girl, we're getting metaphysical up in this bitch. If this is a little louder than normal. It's suddenly, man. Alright, sorry. It's so banal. I'm just tired and frustrated. Well, let's talk about something more specific then. What do you remember about the time we first met? The time we first met? Yeah. Shit, not a lot actually. Those were gloomy, anxious days. I think I subconsciously replaced most of them with blank spaces. I remember you trying to paint your hair black. Ouch, don't dig up my trauma, you know, okay? I remember that when we first talked, we talked about Houseu. Fuck yes! Yes! Please tell me you've seen House. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. They went on a lesbian date and then talked about House 1977, the classic masterful work of Japanese cinema. Oh boy. Don't say Houseu. It's low-key racist, I think. I have to take these screen caps because I need to tell myself this was real. I need to tell myself this was real. I need this, I have to, man. Nobody ever knows what you mean by house. Ah, that show that the asshole doctor. No, the Japanese haunted house horror film that feels like it was written by a 7-year-old with ADHD. Fuck, they are, boy. We walking on the ice. In the best way. In the best way. Duh. Oh, man. We were arguing which characters from the movie both of us are. You're sweet. You're sweet. No, you are not, prof. You are not, prof. You are sweets. I would switch it. You're kung fu. Man. 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 Man, this game got good. This game's always been good. You were dressed up like a total nerd. Not my fault. What was the deal with that suit? I like that suit. Yeah, it was okay. I remember helping you out with the graphic design whenever you needed it. Funny, I remember you needing help with writing as something that tended to happen far more often. Yeah, we developed a fun, shared aesthetic with similar surface concerns, and it bonded us together even before we made sure we were fully compatible deep down as human beings. Damn, that hits way hard. Way hard. Hell, I'm still not sure we are, especially now with me not being a human being anymore. But hey, at least we both agree that this bedroom feels super comfy. I remember always feeling left out of your social circles. Always knocking at the door from the outside. Oh, forget it. My social circles were full of out-of-touch, snobby assholes. Yeah, but it felt weird how much they avoided me. And there was that one time with Isabella. All of a sudden, one thing Isabella said at that one party flashes in my mind with startling clarity. After midnight in that kitchen, without context, she just walked up to me and... She will isolate you, she will suck you dry, and she will move on to the next target. That's the only thing she knows. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. Ugh, don't remind me of Isabella. She always resented me. It's been so long, and it's all baseless conjecture now, but what if? What if she really did isolate me on purpose back then? Glass half empty my ass, something is off here, and that might be a part of it. Can't rule that out at least. I won't say anything, but it's worth keeping in mind for the future. Being naturally suspicious is a virtue, whatever Dakota says. Let's just carry on as if nothing happened. Yeah, forget Isabella. Let's just drop this talk. I'm frustrated enough. I need a rest. Sounds like a good idea. Off to sleep? Yeah, I gotta get ready to go back to hell tomorrow. Alright, I'll be back to work. You're working remotely again? Yeah, my office is going insane for so many reasons, and I'm getting cabin fever too. Get some sun, it will be good for you. Look, who's talking? Good night, sunshine. Good night. My achievement popped up and it said, The Vampire Diary. They did a reference. That's a thing. That's a vampire thing. See, they made a reference to a vampire thing. A few minutes after I wake up, I see a message slipped under the apartment's front door. Kadir? Yep, looks like he's got a short window to meet me in Queens a few hours from now. Willet's Point, a single suggestion, get ready for action. Fine then, I will. Best way to do it would be to clear my mind. Just walk without thinking, reset the framework, some fresh air should do it. Maybe a chance meeting with someone could get me out of this mental rut. Let me look at the world from a different angle for a while and improve my mood. Although, when it comes to improving one's mood, nothing beats some crimson red pouring down my throat. Not to mention, these cigarettes taste best with a full stomach. Let's go. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Shit. Fuck balls. Shit balls. Okay, so for those of you that played the previous Vampire the Masquerade visual novel, which was Coteries of New York, you know that this lady is actually a disciple of What's-His-Bucket, the weird guy that actually ended up being the ultimate villain of the first game. I seem to recall this guy was had a deal in the previous game as well, but it's just kind of his relationship is it behooves me as of this moment. So let's fuck this guy up. I know what her deal is. I forget. Is it canon that vampires can't eat human food? Is it actual canon that you can't, if you're a vampire, you can't eat human food? I'm sure there are better ways of finding solitude than wandering aimlessly in the endless downpour. There are nights when I dive straight into a fizzed crowd and vicariously enjoy their sweat, their hypnotic moods, and mindless self-indulgence. When my body starts to resonate with the relentless wall of sound, everyone disappears and I'm raptured into a perfect kind of isolation. Then there are those nights when I crash on the couch while Dakota goes on a rant about something so far removed from my area of interest, I zone out and enjoy the privacy of my own thoughts. But then there are moments like this one, nights when I just want everyone to shut the fuck up so I can think. Those nights I usually end up mindlessly strolling along the rain-swept streets before inevitably ending up at Big Beat Burger. Or at least that used to be the norm before this whole mess. Lately, even that kind of solitude seems out of my reach, especially when I'm being tailed by a poor man's Ethan Hunt on a crash diet. Wow, you're gonna make an Ethan Hunt reference. I am impressed. So, I mean, are we talking about original television show Ethan Hunt? Or are we talking Tom Cruise up in this shit? Because I could go either way. Let's go with Tom Cruise. He's been following me for 10 minutes, and so far he has managed to bump into an empty newsstand, make enemies of several cab drivers, and even got bitch-slapped by a living statue while trying to blend in. Sounds like my kind of guy. As he shortens the distance, I grab a nearby lamppost and swing myself around like Gene Kelly, using the momentum to quickly turn around and look right at him. Ah, hell nah. He springs up into the nearest alley. I wonder if he thinks that somehow I did not notice. Make sure he knows you noticed. Yeah, fuck him. Hey, do me a favor, will you assholes? Stop creeping on me. I'm about to walk away when an obnoxious voice not belonging to the creep catches my ear. It's coming from the same alley. It's followed by a loud crash from sounds like the metal side of a garbage dumpster, followed by a painful moan. Maybe the stalker got himself in trouble. I'm gonna check it out. 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 I should let that creep deal with this himself. I should, but I won't. Can't have a moment's rest in this goddamn city, can I? As I barge into the alley, I notice two hooded jocks bullying my scrawny stalker. While the big guy wrestles with a high-tech smartphone, the sleeker one keeps punching. How nice of them to share responsibilities. Oh, okay. I want to fuck him up. Can we fuck him up? What? I want to fuck him up. I want to fuck him up. I want to fuck them up. How do I not click fuck them up? Okay, let's fuck him up. I don't speak up, I just come in swinging. The big dude barely has the chance to drop the phone on the ground and put his arms up in defense. Not that it helps him much. I deviate his septum with a swish jab. He falls flat on his ass like a clumsy child, his nose bursting with blood. The scent makes me shudder. I fling him like a missile directly into his smaller companion. This spectacular flight ends up with the twin cracking on his broken rib, coupled with the smaller guy's head hitting against the wall. As the thug's victim recovers, I shove both of their unconscious bodies into the garbage dumpsters, right where they belong. I pick up the peculiar smartphone on my way over to the stalker. It doesn't take a genius to figure out it belongs to him. The screen is locked and glitches oddly as soon as I touch it. No surprises there. Right, so Lasombra have this weird thing where within a proximity, a Lasombra can destroy technology. This is important because, let's say that the Inquisition, that is the humans that want to kill all vampires, are attacking you. You can fuck up their equipment just by having a Lasombra in your party. Also, it makes it to where anything that requires you to do... There's a consequence here. If you try to do a skill check requiring technology, you will definitely fail that. I mean, we're not rolling with disadvantage. We're rolling with, like, quadruple disadvantage, where the technology will just burst and it disappears forever. So, it's... Don't have your Lasombra skill check technology, but also have a Lasombra if you want to destroy the technology just by touching it. The stalker seems relieved, but at the same time unnerved by the fact I'm holding his property. He tries to exhibit some confidence, but his trembling voice undermines the effort. Listen, I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything, but I'd like that back. I'm not like you can... It's not like you can use it anyway, right? The nervous smirk on his already punchable face kind of makes me wish I'd left him to his own devices. I'm of two minds about handing over something I could use to gain leverage over the sleazy asshole who's been stalking me for God knows how long. Ooh, which of these do I want to do? Which of these do I want to do? I think I want to threaten him. But again, it's just a threat. I'm not going to actually hurt him. I'm not going to physically fuck him up. I just want to threaten to break the phone. I feel like teasing him, I don't want to do some sort of thing like that. And I definitely don't want to hand over the phone. We need to know more about this guy, what his deal is, what his situation might be. So I'm thinking... Yeah. I'm thinking we threaten to break the phone. This yours? Yeah, I'd like it back, thank you. You would, wouldn't you? Here's the deal. You start talking and I don't crush this thing to pieces. Give it back, or... I give the phone a little squeeze and show the slightly deformed case to the pockmarked guy. You were saying? Okay, you got me. I'm cornered, yeah? So I'll talk. Just throw me the phone, please. Oh wait, no, this is Kaiser's dude. This guy works for Kaiser. I remember him now. Okay. So Kaiser is a Nosferatu vampire who's in charge of information, and he's in his own little category. No one fucks with him, but everyone goes to him when they need information. He's like the God, what was the Mass Effect thing? The Shadow Broker. Yeah, he's like the Shadow Broker from Mass Effect. He sounds pretty desperate. Fine, it's not like he's going anywhere without my consent at this point, and if he tries to start some shit, the smartphone goes back in my hands and under my heel. There you go. He catches the phone with the liveliest of a little boy, with the liveliness of a little boy getting his first video game console. Thanks, Jules. I really appreciate that. Oh, right. He knows my name and makes a point of bragging about it. Not particularly subtle. Why the fuck are you following me? Are you with the Camarilla? Did somebody tell you to watch my steps? He looks confused when I mention the sex name. I realized after the fact it was probably a really stupid thing to say to a random creep. Not sure what a Camarilla caramella is. Sounds tasty, but my boss, he's an important guy. You want to be on his good side, let me tell you. That said, he doesn't tell me anything I don't need to know, and all I know is he wanted me to keep an eye on you tonight. Something, something, you're being watched, something, something, powerful friends. That the best you got? You're not getting anything else from me. If you want to finish what those alley rats started, go right ahead. But you'll be wasting your time, Jules. Does she not know that Jules is just a term for female person? The loser seems to... Oops. Nope. The loser seems to brace for a hit, contorting his face into a confusing grimace, which was probably meant to express bravado. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. Fair enough, but call me Jules again, and this time, when you lose your phone, you'll need a proctologist to help you find it. She's threatening to shove it up his ass. Kinky, ain't ya? I'll see you later. You won't if you know what's good for you. He doesn't respond and he limps away. No. I realize that the rain is slowly letting up and that once more I'm left with more questions than answers. C'est le refrain de mi avis. Yes, where's the translation on that? I decide to get on with my light night and focus on the relief that comes with realizing I'm not the voyeuristic object of some creep's interest. Been there, done that, wouldn't recommend. Time to get a move on. It's time to get back to work. Oh boy. I step inside the subway and head for my meeting with Kadir. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I thought you were kidding. Nope. I couldn't reach her, but I know for a fact Hope is here. Yes! Oh man, is Arbitrary Water really gonna miss us meeting Hope? Oh, Hope was Arbitrary's favorite character. Braden loved Hope. And I loved Hope. Hope was great in part because she was just a really well-realized character who I feel you couldn't just get if you made this game for anyone else, right? But hey, Hope's back. Right, Hope is back. He's pointing in the direction of a double spiral building. Yep. Okay, so here's the lowdown. Hope had, I think, a sister who was fake vampire Elon Musk tech thing. Tech Elon Vampire Musk. Her company was called Double Spiral. She was all bad news, tried to kill Hope. We sided with Hope, and now I think Hope is in charge of Double Spiral. Is that the character arc there? That'd be lame. And what is she doing there? I understand she's the current leader of the company, acting CEO to be exact. Man, why? No, Hope should be independent and happy and not connected to the corporate bullshit that, you know, she was rebelling against. God, if I find out she's connected to that other Malkavian fucking vampire, I'm gonna get pissed. Hope is a free spirit. Don't make her corporate. Don't make her endorse Coca-Cola and McDonald's Happy Meals. She's not supposed to say that her dreams came true and when she got a trip to Disneyland. No, you're pulling my leg. Why do you give a shit? Of all the places in this city, the company that brags about creating IT solutions of the future, always surrounded by rumors of monstrous workers' abuse, all sorts of ethical violations, trading information with governments, and ending the career of a certain promising journalist and professional fuck-up who attempted to investigate them seriously. You might be able to ask her both professional and personal questions, 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't get it. Last time I checked, the company belonged to Kara Montgomery. I'm told she quietly took a sabbatical a few months ago, and it sure looks like the kind of sabbatical you don't come back from. She's dead. We killed her. Final death? Very possible, but I have no idea. I remember I was shocked when I first learned that one of my nemeses back in my old life was a vampire all along. When I realized her position made her untouchable to me, I was beyond mad. Well, whatever happened, it couldn't happen to a nicer person. What about her brother Jesse? You're asking me. Last I checked, you were the expert on this company. I just handled the basic intel for you, even though I shouldn't even really be here. Yeah, and I hope you realize I am grateful. You'd better be. So is Hope just another corporate shark? I can't... Okay, we need to talk about the fact... So... Kadir is a character in this video game, but in the first game, he's like some sort of asshole zombie dude. He has no personality. And now he's helpful. And I don't understand why. He was like a stoic ghoul zombie thing. And I thought he was a ghoul, considering that he was always trying to hold back his emotions. Even though he would make jokes about what it was like to be a Mets fan. Well, she is the child of Carter. What? A theatrical pause. He smiles as he sees me wince. But very much unlike him, he took her in for her particular multifaceted talents related to the internet, knowing he's helplessly behind the times in that regard. I hear she's been unruly, though. Well, unruly is good. I can work with unruly. So you're telling me she might not be a stuck-up startup bitch? Language! As I've told you a few times now, when it comes to the internet, just assume I haven't the slightest idea. I'm getting there myself. I haven't been able to check my email for 5 months. I have no idea what the kids at BBB are talking about most of the time. Oh my god, I might be getting old. Don't worry, The moment you realize you don't give a damn about most fads you would have cared about years ago is a liberating one. Been there, done that, at the beginning of the 20th century. Old. Anyways, you'll probably hear Hope's story straight from the horse's mouth. I don't have much time, so I'll get straight to the point. You shouldn't be looking at anything in the main building. It's just a front. Ignore it. What you want to do is use the elevators to get to the lowest floor of the building. Psh, I heard stories about the double spiral basement, but I had no idea what to make of them. Every source told me a different rumor. Brayden, if you're in chat, we're gonna meet Hope. Did any of them tell you a rumor about an army of underground ghouls? No, but I'm all ears. Double Spiral employs an army of ghouls as a cheap workforce. They work and live underground, away from prying eyes, with lesser rights than regular kind employees. Perfect for business. Wow. I'm actually speechless for a second. I had profoundly low expectations at that company, but every time I learn something new about what's going on behind the scenes, I'm still surprised at the level of scumbaggery at play. I'll leave the moral judgments to you, expert. In any case, you need to reach room number 507, where the CEO supposedly resides. And then, get Hope to answer your questions. His old-timey flip phone vibrates. Speaking of which, if you've got any left for me, it's now or never. I'm needed at the art hole now. How is the security? Ah, yes, good question. As far as I know, it's cameras, body heat sensors, and some electronic locks. Sounds like with some luck, I might manage to infiltrate the building as nothing but a glitch in the system. A glitch might still provoke an investigation, so be careful. It is rare that our curses turn into blessings. When it seems they have, it's usually a trap. I'll keep that in mind. And keep your eyes peeled for the ghouls. The phone vibrates again. Well, that's it for me. Arturo is pestering me to show up at the Elysium 5 minutes ago. Tell him I kindly suggest he should go fuck himself. Not in 1,000 years. Well, good luck with your mission, soldier. With a mock salute, he disappears inside his car and drives away. He has a personality, and I don't understand why he didn't have this personality in the first game. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. Like, man. Man, it's weird. It really is weird. Like, the level of... Okay, so let's go in. Nothing left for me but to head in. Still, I'm anxious. There are 2 approaches to choose from, and whichever I pick, I will have to stick with it. If I force my way in and assert my authority, bad cop style, that should make an impression. Bad bitch coming in with the entire court behind her back, bluffing her way to victory. Sneaking in and politely asking for cooperation seems like the less disruptive, more me option, but it's not like me. But it's not like being me has taken me anywhere thus far. Shit, I kind of wish I was still stuck in my routine where I didn't need to be doing things like developing a personality. It's a bit of a coin flip, honestly, but I gotta make a choice here. How do I approach Double Spiral? Oh, this is not even a choice. Girl, this is not a choice. Not a choice at all. This is self-explanatory. Okay, a little abuse of power never hurt anybody, right? I mean, let's do this. Let's jump into this. Balls to the wall, crazy. Let's fuck them up. Let's just storm them. I don't want this to be a stealth mission. Fuck that. We're a vampire. We destroy technology. Storm the premises. Take no prisoners. Peace was never an option. And you know what? If you don't like it, too bad. Peace was never an option. Time to get aggressive. Yeah, being covert hasn't exactly been working out for me. Time to show them and myself, I guess, who's boss. As far as I'm concerned, out of all the companies in the world, this one deserves to be thrown out of gear the most. Time to be a bad cop and finally get somewhere. Alright, let's do this. I enter through the front door. You're not even gonna fucking show me storming a fucking corporate headquarters? You're not even gonna animate that? Man, this game cuts some corners. Not as bad as the first game, but still cuts some corners. Alright, let's go back to the top. I enter through the front door. There is a guard watching the security cameras. He stands up, expecting me to state my business. Shut up, I'm expected. It's not hard to fuck with his mind. He gives me a confused nod, slumps in his seat, and zones out. I enter the elevator and press the button to the lowest floor. I pump myself up a bit as the elevator descends. Hello, Double Spiral. Time to make a mess. When I leave the elevator, I immediately head into the corridor in front of me and announce my presence. Yo-ho! Anybody home? Big bad kindred out here. I picked the right choice. 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 Better answer before I start making a mess. A pink-haired girl emerges from one of the corridors looking quite angry, probably one of Hope's schools. Stop right there. Who the hell are you? Julia Sawinski, the Lasombra representative for New York. Who the hell are you? I'm Natasha, Double Spiral's head of security. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Wrong. You're not going to have to make me leave. I walk past her. She tries to catch me and stop me, but evading her grip is child's play. Ghouls, I swear to God. Boss, we got a problem. Some lunatic waltzed right into the office door at it. Claims she's a Lasombra. The door at the end of the hallway is made of reinforced glass. I force all of my strength and kick it in. Interrupting the girl. God bless America or Poland or wherever this game was made. This is great. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Tell her I'll be right there. She's the only one I want. I reached the double spiral offices where, just like Kadir had said, hordes of ghouls are slaving away for their company. Deep learning, spyware, social media manipulation, yada yada. The important thing is they don't even turn away from their displays as I keep sweeping gadgets off their desk onto the floor, making Natasha madder and madder. Don't make me use force. Oh, I'd love to see you try, Ghoul. Even if you manage to put me down, I'd love to see you explain it to the sheriff, my direct superior. Listen, lady, I don't know what it is you want. I've already told you, stupid. I want your boss. She's not here. Kara Montgomery is taking a sabbatical. Don't play fucking games with me. I want to see Hope. Hey, you. Goofy-looking glasses guy wearing an anime t-shirt. Where can I find room 507? He raises his hand listlessly, pointing me in the right direction, prompting Natasha to kick his chair in frustration. I head that way and eventually reach the corridor I was hoping to find. This is the best. This is the best. This is the best! I'm glad I picked this. I truly am glad I picked this. I slowly walk to the front of the corridor. Why did they put so much more production into this? I slowly walk to the end of the corridor. There it is, room 507. The door looks harder to take care of than the other ones in this price. Probably won't be able to take care of it the same way I did the others. The door to the office of the current Double Spiral CEO. This fucking company. I get pissed off, but I'm trying to control it. There's a camera by the door. If she knows what to look for, she can probably see I'm here on her screen. But just to make sure, I knock on the door. Oh, I'm a Camarella detective, and I will need you to answer some questions. Hope, I know you're in there. Open the door. I will not leave until you do. I'm here on the behalf of the Sheriff of New York City. Hope. I keep pounding on the door and calling her name. After a minute or so, a voice rings out in the intercom. Is this thing on? I guess it is. All right, I got your message loud and clear. I'll meet you in the offices. I'll be right there. In the meantime, please refrain from making a mess of our offices, will you? Knowing poor Natasha, if she was due for a heart attack, she would have had it by now. Thank you for your cooperation. I will be right there. Oh, no! No! Hope fucking sold out! Fuck! I love it. What's up? On the other hand, clothes you could reasonably expect to find in any CEO's wardrobe. On the other hand, a body covered in tattoos, flashy jewelry, dyed hair, and wild makeup. The thought that she might be yet another CEO playing the nonconformist crosses my mind, but she strikes me as someone who's more than happy to live in her own little bubble. Still, I won't be fooled. She is the boss of Double Spiral. So, how did you find me? Sheriff Kadir Al-Asmai did. You'd have to ask him. I take out a new cigarette without thinking. You can't smoke in here, lady. Just let her. Don't treat me like I'm your enemy. I come in peace. Peace, my ass. A deep, relaxing drag. Not my fault you couldn't handle me. I had at least 4 opportunities to subjugate you. I just chose not to because I had a hunch the boss might benefit from seeing you. You trust your hunches that much? Hunches have gotten me every job I've ever had. Hunches saved my life anytime I got into a messy situation. These days, the reality is too complicated to rely on anything else. Can't find a better head of security than our Natasha, and her hunches are the main reason why. They're like a sixth sense. Okay, Which of these do I pick? I think it's completely irrelevant. It doesn't actually matter, but we'll go with Don't I Know You From Somewhere. Haven't I seen you somewhere? Don't know, a club maybe? Yeah, last year, soon after I was embraced, I visited that one club in the refurbished warehouse, and you were there. You got a memorable aura. Yeah, I DJ and help out there from time to time. Gotta show my face if I want to make it big. And why don't you focus on that? Following that career path doesn't exactly seem compatible with being head of security for Double Spiral. Not just because the necessary skill sets are so different. Natasha looks at Hope. Working at Double Spiral provides a lot of benefit to someone who relies on the internet for promotion, lady. The slowed aging is just a nice perk. Lovely chat, girls, but I'd loved it if you saved it for later. I'm CEO now. I have a lot of duties I must pretend to handle. I just need to ask you a few questions. Sure, yeah. Call me if you need me. I got a weird hunch about this one, too. What gave you that hunch, Natasha? The way I made a mess out of the entire floor you were supposed to protect? Shh. We'll talk security later. Don't worry, this shit happens. For now, take 5. Natasha leaves, and I'm left alone with Hope in the corner of the office. It feels funny to stand here in front of you. Oh, and, why is that? You people had me fired from my job before I was embraced. Ah, I see. You're that, Sawinski girl from Lodestar. Yeah. Somehow I never put 2 and 2 together. So you're the Lasombra rep for the city now, huh? As she's talking to me, she keeps tapping at her phone with terrifying speed. I don't feel like I have her full focus, and it's getting on my nerves. Just so you know, I have no idea why you've taken Kara Montgomery's place, and I doubt you'd tell me, but the bitch deserves to burn in hell. Hell yeah, she does. Wait, did you just admit? Hold your horses. No, Jesus, this is why normal CEOs pay for PR people to talk for them. I only agreed that she's a horrible person in every way that counts, nothing more. Does she know that you think of her? Yeah. Does she know that's what you think of her? Why did she let you take her position in the first place? What? I will just cut through the bullshit, okay, Miss Lodestar? I guess this is about Jesse and Kara covering his creepy ass. You've spent months on this case and you'd like some closure. Pretty much. Well, here's your closure. Double Spiral has severed practically all ties with them. They didn't work here. They get no company money. They probably won't ever show up here again. The company's not their circus anymore, and the workers are not their monkeys. I'm in charge now, so yeah, if there's anything you'd like from me, I'm all ears. It wasn't just Jessie and her sister. This company has ingrained structures of abuse and immoral. I've ordered internal investigations and audits. Everyone related to those illicit activities was disciplined. Legal actions, firings, and rebukes, all depending on the severity of their misdemeanors. I don't have a stomach for all that creepy corporate shit, so I'm trying to steer this ship in the right direction. Don't know what else I can tell you. For fuck's sakes. No matter how I look at it, seems like she's done everything I hoped to achieve. The Montgomery clan is over. The queen bitch, a symbol of everything that's wrong with tech CEOs, is gone. Jesse, that perverted, embezzling son of a bitch, is gone. I should be glad, so Why is there a sinking pit in my stomach? So that's capitalism, huh? That's that has to be the one I pick. That has to be the one I pick. That's gonna be the one I pick. I'm gonna pick that one. I'm not gonna tell her to make amends because they're vampires. What does the idea of amends even mean? So that's capitalism, huh? So that's capitalism, huh? Is it? I think it's something worse. When I look at the online world, I don't see capital ruling us. I only see incomprehensible vectors, unknown entities, constantly opening and closing various markets of information. This is something worse than familiar 20th century terminology taught us. I don't know what it is, but it's terrifying, and it will continue until we give it a name. But you look like you need emotional support, not my depressing philosophizing. Well, shit sucks, and I'm sorry. The biggest case in my professional life, solved by some weirdo who fucked Kara and Jesse over in presumably underhanded ways. It doesn't get more anticlimactic than this. Fucking hell. I wanted to ask ask her how she did it, but why would she tell me? All I can guess is she's an outcast who decided to get her hands dirty and obtain power to do something she considered good. Something I've always been afraid to do. Anyways, I feel for you, but I have a lot of work to do, so if this wasn't just a trip down memory lane and you have any other questions, speak now or forever hold your peace, okay? I feel like a car just ran over me, but I need to keep my shit together. Right. A few days ago, the Anarch Baron was found dead in his office. Are you familiar with the case? Douglas Callahan, of course I'm familiar. Every kindred online is talking about it. And what are they saying? They're accusing everyone? I mean, it is the internet. Are they accusing you? Why would they do that? I found a peculiar note in Callahan's remains. It had your name on it. Huh? What can you say about this? Nothing. I've never met the guy. I've never even seen him. He wasn't my crowd. Then why would he have a note with your name in his pocket? Why were Walt Disney's last written words Kurt Russell? No clue. I watch her closely, but nothing suggests she's hiding anything. Well, the note actually contained 3 other names and nothing else. Agathon, D'Angelo, Tamika. Ringing any bells now? Her finger, which hasn't stopped moving across the phone touchscreen since I first saw her, freezes. Yeah, it kind of does, actually. It's a short list of promising unaffiliated kindred that was making the rounds in New York City a few months ago, in case anyone needed a hero for hire. I didn't know Callahan had it. I know Sophie Langley did, as well as a few Primogens. Not sure about the Anarchs. Who could have prepared this list? One of the local information brokers. A short but telling pause. Anonymous. How anonymous? Sort of anonymous. She's obviously conflicted about whether she should tell me, or maybe she's pretending so that I warm it out of her. Making a mess of her office's work, so might as well put on the tough guy act again. I have nothing against them, Anonymous, or it's in my best interest to hurt them, Anonymous, because if it's later, we might be in business. She briefly considers her options, then gives up. It's my sire, Carter Vanderwayne. Oh, boy. Shit. Oh. He's brokering information? Everybody knows becoming the Prince of New York is his ultimate goal, and that he wants to make friends in all the high places. Sharing useful intel is a pretty effective way to achieve that. She's supposed to be Malkavian, and she hasn't had some sort of weird personality break, and they haven't manifested that in any way, and she's kind of all composed and together, and that kind of is fucking me up. They've taken the best part of the Malkavians and gotten rid of it. So you're telling me that he, a Malkavian primogen, sold this list to an Anarch Baron. Sure looks like it. Why would he suggest his own child to somebody? To have a person on the inside, just another way to further his information web. When they realize you two are close, the story going around is he left me alone and I hate his guts. Well, at least half of that is true. She's talkative, probably sees me as a way to undermine Carter. Let's see how much further I can push her. Huh, I was wondering how someone like you could control a company like Double Spiral. I suppose a friend in high places would explain it. Yeah, lucky me. Not happy about being a boss. Not happy about being a boss, a girl boss, leading one of the biggest IT companies in the country? A boss, huh? She stares at dozens of displays on the wall in front of her. Do you remember the Y2K era internet? Yes, Jesus, I barely remember the internet at all. My people can't really use it. But yeah, I guess I sort of remember forums, GeoCities, browser wars, all of those homemade amateurist web pages. They dropped all of the correct references. They dropped all of the correct references. All of the correct references are here, including GeoCities. Remember GeoCities? Remember online forums? It was a golden age. Everybody was welcome to freely express their creativity and obsessions in this abstract new frontier. No formulated rules. Every site was a distinct new universe to explore. You know, as a kid, for some reason, I kept saving every web page that moved or changed me in some way. I don't even know why I did it, but today a folder of these is one of my greatest treasures. Fast forward to today, I'm the boss of a company that has one overarching goal: steer the online narrative in every possible way that benefits the Camarilla. And because the online world is so fucked right now, I can do it using only 5 websites or so. Every day I deploy thousands of believable sock puppets to force some belief on the masses. Right now, they are being managed by these ghouls. Soon, they will be partially managed by AI. Basically, an all-American version of the Chinese 50-cent party. A new pattern of public opinion guidance. Ever since I was a teen, I pretended to be different people online for fun. Aping the posting patterns of others was something I turned out to be horrifyingly good at. I became even better at it after the embrace. Something about the voice of Malkav in my head. After several years, I became a one-person internet empire. I could impersonate anyone. I dream of Tulips, a humble florist from Chattanooga who strives to share positive energy with their audience using photos of beautiful bouquets, motivational quotes, and the occasional The Office gift. Vulva Hufflepuff, a single mom from Brighton who beckons all these trans women, must be bonkers and spend seemingly every waking moment of her life having a row with anybody who disagrees. Can I take a picture of this and share it with M? No, that would be the worst thing I could ever do. That would be the absolute worst thing to do. Vulva Hufflepuff must exist. That must be a real thing. That has to be a real thing. Polygon Classicist, a 19-year-old kid from Utah who keeps posting Y2K 3D renders of poorly proportioned, scantily clad ladies and telling his audience to, quote, remember what they took from you. God, Jesus. Hope is still good. Hope is still really good. Somehow this talent got me here, where it's no longer fun but work. Work I usually entrust to these ghouls because of all my duties. I want out before my entire fucking mind gets monetized. But Carter won't have that, so I'll keep doing my best for both him and Double Spiral's investors. So that's why she wants me to look at him. I assume most of your operations focus on New York City. A lot of them, yeah. How do you imitate a New Yorker voice with those sock puppet accounts? Living in Manhattan and being mentally unstable makes this shit easy. To a normal, well-adjusted person from outside the city, everyone here seems mentally unstable. You ever watch the 9/11 Howard Stern show? No? Check it out someday. It's educational. Ask anyone in New York City about it, and they're like, it was a great bonding moment. He was helping us make sense of everything, and he kept saying that what we were all thinking. Then you listen to it, and it's everyone yelling that we need to nuke something, maybe the entire world, get rid of all the Muslims, fuck human rights, no investigations, take their oil, cherry. You watch it, you study it, you witness that specific brand of humor in the face of tragedy, and you understand that nothing outside of New York City really exists for the people who live here. Wow. Or the vampires. Foundational text, really. Whenever I need to get in that New York City mindset for work, I let it play in the background. Works like a charm. Seriously, give it a shot sometime. Sometime I might. For now, I think I will confront Vanderwyn with what you've told me. Or is it what you haven't told me? What's the story? Me? Of course I haven't told you anything. You're such a good investigator. You figured it out by yourself. And if he asks, just tell him Kaiser sold you out. Yeah. And if he asks, just tell him Kaiser sold you the info. That should do the trick. I see. Thank you. What for? I did nothing. Let Natasha show you out. And if you don't know Vanderwyn's address, just ask her. No, it's one of these cutscenes, eh? It's a twitchy, glitchy moon thing. So where do I even begin? So Brayden, Hope sold out. She's now the leader of Double Spiral. She's now the leader of the company from her sister that's not her sister. And it turns out that her master is that crazy Malkavian that we saw from the beginning of the Masquerade. Thank you for having me, Mr. Vanderwend. No need. I'll be happy to assist your investigation in whatever way I can, Miss Sawinski. That sickeningly sweet smile and his office spacious but oppressive. He's a man who knows how to subtly unnerve people, but does he even realize it? And I'm sure the presence of the esteemed Addison Payne will guarantee I'm totally transparent. Am I right, Addison? Cool. Looks like I've interrupted a friendly meeting. In the far corner of the room, I spot a glasses of blood and two spittoons, vices and follies of the rich. Are you sure I'm not wasting your time? Not at all, busy. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Not at all. Busy as I might be, I can't say I'm not curious about the findings in the case. Yes, my thoughts exactly. So, how are you handling your newfound responsibilities? I'm managing. I'm starting by asking the obvious. Where were you the night Douglas Callahan met his, untimely demise? Vanderwyn raises an eyebrow and then lets out a restrained chuckle. Ha! Hear that, Addison? I might be suspected of foul play. Exciting, isn't it? Carter, no antics, please. Just answer the question. Of course. Well, I was right here. Just like I told Prince Panhard. As motivated as I love to celebrate my power, sometimes one has to celebrate the amount of work piling up on their desk. So your alibi is you were right here? Alibi? Ha! Yes, I suppose it is. Can you back up your story?
Well, I did make a few business-related phone calls as I was working, so there's that.
That doesn't really answer my question, does it? He regards me with a stare reserved for a troublesome child.
Miss Lewinsky, that's right here is my private little fortress, a small space
I don't like this voice.
A space specifically designed to make me focus. I don't really let people in to break that focus. Aside from occasional esteemed guests such as yourself, of course, and a few wonderful Mexican women responsible for the cleaning duties.
So you don't have an alibi? The look in his eyes screams, why won't you at least pretend to try and get on board with my program, kid?
I suppose, but why would that matter?
Because I found something that belongs to you on the victim's person. I love the fact that he looks like Gary Busey. Can we appreciate? The designer for this game says unhinged crazy vampire dude that's Malkavian. And they're like, make him look like Gary Busey. And you know what? I respect it. I respect it. Pardon me?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
We're not talking a murder weapon or something of that caliber, of course.
No,
it was a short list of 4 names, unaffiliated kindred whose services would be useful to anyone interested in toppling the current power balance in New York City. Tamika, Hope, D'Angelo, and Agathon.
Excuse me, Miss Lewinsky, but I'm afraid I don't follow. How is that something that belongs to me?
I have it on good authority that it's a short list you've been shopping around to anyone interested in New York City, be it the Camarilla or the Anarchs. Addison tenses up, and his host is not happy about it. You know what? If it's intentional, I love it. I love it.
This is just preposterous. I'm calling your bluff right here, miss.
No, the bluff is coming right now. Miss Vanderwyn, if you want to voice concerns about the information I have, how about you voice them to Kaiser, not me? Addison turns to Vanderwyn, clenching his lips and gripping his wheelchair armrest tightly.
Oh, shit!
Boy. I bet we have to meet Kaiser and he's gonna fucking be pissed. Kaiser's gonna be pissed that we used his name. For a brief moment, the ever-present smile to Vanderwyn's face goes missing, and the expression that replaces it reminds me of a horrifying void. I made him mad. Like a sneak peek into what's really going on in his soul. He quickly collects himself, but the image is burned into my retinas. To think these sorts of unsavory rumors are circling around me, I should be grateful, you know. You let me know. So you're denying it?
Of course I'm denying it, categorically. You can bet your life savings on it.
I certainly hope it is nothing more than an unfortunate blunder.
Et tu, Brute? Come on, Addison, we've known each other for years.
Yes, and what about it?
Sweet Jesus, Addison, I will get back to you in a second. Any more questions, Miss Lewinsky?
Any of the names on the list sound familiar to you?
No, I mean, yes, this is my long-estranged child on your list, but that's just another reason why I'm flabbergasted anyone would consider it mine.
Carter Vanderwyn. Did they say if he was Dutch?
wonder, like... I wonder, like, does he just, is his... Yeah, I appreciate the fact that Julia actually confronts these characters, even though I had very little input into it. So it's like his character quirk that he just enters a fugue state whenever he gets, like, okay. Yeah, it gets yanked around. It's almost like one of the benefits of having a defined character is that they get to engage the environment that they populate rather than just be there for the sake of being there. Okay. I see. Well, I hope you understand why I'm considering you a prime suspect now. Yes, and I swear to clear my name as soon as possible. Scout's honor. Any more questions? I'm good for now. Sheriff Asmai will probably contact you later. I will get in touch with him myself ASAP. Once again, thank you for your work. He extends his hand toward me, practically forcing me to shake it. Then he puts his hand on my shoulder to lead me to the door, all too eager to see me off. Out of sheer curiosity, Mr. Vanderwen, I have one more question. It may be a bit random. I really didn't need to ask it, but I wanted him to die inside for a moment. Of course, my dear. His slightly strained tone suggests I may have succeeded. You seem like a person who couldn't live outside of New York City, but by chance, have you listened to Howard Stern's talk show after the World Trade Center fell? A tad unsure, but once again carefully, a controlled chuckle escapes his mouth. Geez, that is random, but well, New York, born and raised, just like you said, of course I did. Your opinion? Same as everyone else's. It was the spiritual guidance we needed that day, coming from the unlikeliest of places, a visceral response that verbalized everything we felt, a beautiful moment of unity. Not that I'm into lowbrow jokes about Pamela Anderson and the typical shock value the show tended to offer, but as far as I'm concerned, Howard did an indispensable thing that day. Why are you asking? No particular reason. I thought it might give me some insight into the kind of person you are. Well, that's the kind of person I am, just your average New Yorker. So it seems. Well then, I'll leave you and Mr. Payne to your plans of conquering the city. Now that's spicy. Addison, I love this girl. She's gonna go far. I'm telling you, she's got that spunk, that glint in her eye. Goodbye, Miss Sawinski. I wish you a pleasant respite and a swift success in your investigation. Good night. Dude, this game is great. When this game hits, holy shit, this game hits. I hate to say it, though. Maybe the worst writing is the relationship you have with Dakota. It seems directionless. It just seems way too fuzzy mittens. I'm glad that it's just a consensual, you know, LGBTQ relationship, but it just feels too by the numbers in comparison to everything else in this game. I make it a point to bow to Addison's servant, not the man himself. Doubt he even noticed, but at least these invisible displays of rebellion make me feel a little better about myself. All right, the faster I leave, the better. Julia? Julia? Father? How are you holding up? I'm fine. Stumbling around and hoping for a miracle to happen, like always. No better a place to ask for a miracle than behind these gates, you know. So I hear. As I pass him, the report about Aisling and Agathon, I look around, but Benoit is nowhere to be seen. So, where's that clown?
You mean Benoit?
Yeah, the one who said it, not me.
In another parish, taking care of a personal issue for me. Thought you might appreciate that. God, I really do. Listen, can't you think of something to placate him? Placate him? How exactly? Benoit won't accept anything less of me joining a covenant. He's like a worried parent, a basic gesture here and there, showing up in a church from time to time and pretending to listen, would get him off your case. I mean, I've been through this song and dance before with my own worried parents when I was a teenager, wandering in the forest until Mass was over, not even being able to smoke because they'd pick up the scent. Not the best moments of my life, but and a part of the reason I'm distancing myself from them. I don't need this fake energy in my life, and I'm honestly weirded out by you asking me to lie. I'm not asking you to lie, Julia. Let me ask you this. Way. Are you a spiritual person? I guess I am, kind of. Always was. Suddenly being able to see ghosts did not change a thing. I think it's mostly because seeing the world as purely material seemed boring to me somehow. You are, and you were raised Catholic, so can't you find a way to express that spiritually in our church? I don't see a way right now. And why is that? I sigh. Too many people who think my soul needs to be saved because I live with a woman, for starters. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons. Like the sin of drinking blood every other night, or feeling some primal fear whenever I walk by a clergyman whose faith seems to be actually genuine. That one sounds like an excuse. It's about your relationship with God, not other people. In theory, but back in the old country, I've heard my share of homilies that felt like complete condemnations of, quote, my kind, and none that would condemn hate toward people like me. And when church-adjacent people tried to stir shit around your very existence every few months, some minimal support would be appreciated. Sorry, all you can count on is silent complicity. I get it. I know there's a lot of work to be done, and a lot of undeserved hurt going around, but listen, I don't want to talk about it. I fucking hate the tone I use when I talk about it. I sound preachier than those preachers, and my biggest dream is just not giving a shit. But I remember things, like this story about a guy from my hometown, most macho guy around, with a jaw you could sharpen a knife on. Became an actor in Warsaw. Very successful. Deservedly so. The capital might not be New York City, but it is still a big city, and big cities go to the heads of bumpkins like us. In this case, it resulted in a dream coming out to his parents. He was surrounded by all these stories of openly queer people played one, so he thought he had a chance at making it work. So he goes back to his town, tells everyone he's gonna live his truth. His dad, a ruling party adjacent businessman, curses him. His uncle takes him into the bushes and starts to destroy him physically. It's so bad, he gets put in the ICU. His face and jaw get ruined for good. Fast forward a year or two, with his career over, the guy is stuck in his parents' rustic house. With no other path to follow, he turns to God, who tells him to forgive his kin. Everything is fine again. Angelic choirs sing of divine mercy. A kind-looking priest talks about protecting our families. A man sits in front row of the church, a disfigured smile on his face. But that story alone didn't drive me away. One time when I saw how blissful he was, I could swear he was actually able to hear God whispering to him. He looked like a saint. Fucked me up so bad I left. I feel nauseated now. Maybe I'm still reeling from hearing about Kara and Jesse Montgomery. Now, if we could never talk about it again, that'd be great. I know that I tend to sound like a loser who loves to pontificate about shit I can't change, but at least keep trying to change myself, damn it. But I at least keep trying to change myself, damn it. I won't offer empty platitudes, but I think I understand what I was meant to understand. I hope I haven't insulted you in any way. Whatever. I've learned not to hold people responsible for what the rest of their organization is doing. It'd be hard looking in the mirror otherwise. Not that there's much I could see in the mirror right now. Dude, that might have been one of the best scenes I have seen in a fucking indie video game this year. Holy shit. This actually might be the legitimate best scene I have seen in a video game this year. That was really well written. Holy shit. That might... So obviously Julie is my character of the year. God, that might be scene of the year. But Warhammer 3 is going to come out. That's obviously going to be scene of the year, game of the year. I'm just wondering about one thing. There is always a cross on your chest. I like how it goes with my outfit. Is it just a fashionable accessory to you? It's an important piece of outfit. God, how do I answer this? I'd vote for the shark, but I get the idea. Yeah. Man. I gotta write about Draken. Man. I'm gonna tell him to fuck off. We've had a long time. We fought Gary Busey. We caused him to go into a fugue state. Good night, Father. Have a good night, Father. I find her sitting in bed, scrolling through Pinterest on her phone. So how are you doing, detective? Oh, god damn it. See, like, man, I'm so happy this game has, like, a... Oh, see, it's a ghost? It's a ghost right here. I'm so happy this game has, like, a positive, beautiful, consensual relationship between two lesbians. That's great. But it feels... Yeah, that's definitely a ghost. That is definitely a ghost. Is this kind of like, Psych, where there's always a pineapple in every episode? Is there a ghost in every single level? I fall on the bed, burying my face in the pillows, and scream. That bad, huh? I don't want to tell her about Double Spiral. I still have to figure out how I feel about it. I'm just not cut out for this. Oh, shut up. If you weren't, who is? Sherlock Holmes, Hercule, Poirot, Columbo, Mads Mikkelsen's boyfriend from Hannibal, whatever his name was. I don't know. Someone who can actually put two and two together. Man. Best writing. God, they shoot their shot every single time, guys. It's good shit. You can't fool me into believing you're incompetent, you dumbass. I've read your articles. Don't pretend you suddenly forgot how to do your job. I haven't, but I've got no evidence, no witness, no promising leads, nothing. I just stumble around, assuming things, talking big, bleh. So you're like, I don't know, Jack Nicholson in Chinatown, and he actually solved his case. Oh god, we found out that the main lead, female lead's father was fucking her. And then wished he never took it up. Was that supposed to cheer me up? I'm just saying the situation you're in sounds an awful like Chinatown. Depraved elites, big plans for the city, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and that's depressing.
It is what it is. I just think you should approach it this way and look for a solution to your problems outside of the box. Not as a mystery, but maybe like a trap or to escape. Maybe. I throw myself onto the bed again and lie there for a bit, staring at the ceiling. Then I approach Dakota from behind and tug her sleeve and draw her attention. Psst, hey. Put the phone away. Now, come on, Jules. We can't do this every night. I got my own work, and I need to worry about anemia. You said so yourself. Besides, I was just looking for inspiration. I rub against her clothes with my face like a cat. You're impossible. Haven't you noticed what's going on in the news? People are going absolutely insane about this virus. Oh, you went there. You went there. Really? Really? Man. Just as I was about to say nothing but good things about this game.
Oh, God. Dakota's an anti-vaxxer, isn't she? She's a conspiracy theorist. She's obviously anti-vax. Oh, God. How bad is this going to be? How bad is this going to be? I bet it's going to be bad. Pretty please. I can't, honey. I have to replenish my stash, and besides, I'm worried about overuse. My brain is working a bit too slow. My balance is off. I was just thinking about how I miss meditation. She's giving me clear signals she just wants an excuse. And even though it would be the responsible thing to do, I know she's insatiable. She's usually the one who takes the initiative. Let's try a final push. I bite her ear and whisper in it. No drugs tonight. Let's do this raw.
Oh, man.
I don't know if I like this part of the game. It's not that I don't like LGBTQ characters. It's just... Wait, what? Are we depicting, like, coercion? Are we... Is this game making light of coercion? Did that just happen? What? What? I'm not voicing this. Jesus, you're greedy these days. Did we just coerce our partner into vampire bloodsuck sex time? Oh God, the achievement says the symbolic and the semiotic. I'm gonna try and get through that and pretend that didn't happen. Well, that was not good. Oh, you're up early. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, I told you got work to do. I stretch. That's admirable. Reminds me of that one quote you always used to throw around. A lot of people say you can't smoke dope and get drunk when you got kids. And that's not true. You can. But you still gotta get up in the morning. That's being responsible. Oh, man. I have to read this again. A lot of people say you can't smoke dope and get drunk when you got kids, and that's not true. You can, but you still gotta get up in the morning. That's being responsible. Okay, game. That's the one. I never understood why it was hilarious. Why it was so hilarious to you. Neither did I. I just accepted the mystery and made it my personal credo. I'm a responsible person. Are you planning to have kids? Not in a million years, by the way. You've got mail. An envelope by the door. It's from Kadir. Inside is a message saying he won't be able to make it tonight, but will rendezvous tomorrow to meet D'Angelo. He wants me to lay low until then and to stay in this apartment if possible. Apparently, nobody knows where Tamika is. They only know she's in trouble and he doesn't want me near it. Well, what is it? Got the next lead to investigate. Oh, looks like I need to hit the town. Next lead, probably useless, but the investigation continues. It'd be fun to spend more time together, you know. Dakota, you know this is important to me. I know, but I'd like to know I'm important to you as well. That makes two of us. Just a few more days. I will find the killer, kick his ass, get a promotion, and we'll do something we've never done before. Like what? Good question. I'll think of something. For now, catch up with your work. I need to get going. Fine, good luck, stay safe. You know it. This place is weirdly empty tonight. Well. I'll have the usual. I feel there's a big what are we doing in this relationship talk coming if I don't change my ways. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't already happened, but most of the time, Dakota has seemed happy enough just listening to the stories of my unlife. Even if it's all boring and normal to me, it's exotic and engrossing to her. I guess I have that going for me. Yeah, well, I have no idea what to do tonight. I'll just do the obvious thing and wing it. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it, or however it went. Time to lose myself in these busy streets and pray that the answers I'm looking for are out there. And if they're not, maybe I'll at least find some amusement or blood instead. Okay. Why does this character look like Jessica Walter? Why does she look like Jessica Walter, the mom from Arrested Development? Who are you? What's your deal? Okay, Prince of Cats. Aw, man. Are you gonna really make me... Oh, man, this is a choice. Camera shyness. No, I don't want to be part of your goddamn interview. Look, can I not be bothered for one goddamn second? You're not listening. Or, Prince of Cats. I need to resolve this thing with Dakota, as if going around in circles on behalf of the court wasn't stressful enough. Maybe a visit to some quiet neighborhood will help clear my head. Oh, man. Do we want to talk to a guy whose title is literally Prince of Cats? Or do we want to talk to Jessica Walters? What does chat want? What do you want? Which of these two? Guy whose name is Prince of Cats, or someone who looks like Jessica Walters? I'd do a poll, but I actually don't know how to do a poll. God, I just opened up the menu system. Nope. Don't know how to do this. At all. Really? I don't know either. You know what I do whenever I'm gonna roll a d20. Okay. Alright, let's say, even, is Cats. Odd would be, Jessica Walters. Let's do this shit. Odd. We're gonna do Jessica Walters. This guy did look cool, though, but also I kind of... yeah, sure, let's do this. Sure. Cool. I bet it's completely irrelevant in terms of... Oh, fuck me. God damn it. This is already the wrong choice. This is already the wrong choice. I don't know what... I don't know... I don't know with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. The man who said it? Albert Einstein. Fuck. Even he couldn't predict what we know today. World War III is being fought using coughs and sneezes. Man, we're in the middle of a biological battleground, but people don't want to wake up to this reality. The self-righteous tone of some sensationalist journo hag rouses me from a pleasant daydream. Even though our excellent investigative journalists have been ringing the alarm for years. Dressed in an obnoxiously eye-catching two-piece, she stands out like a rubber duck against the surrounding drabness. Her timid cameraman dutifully follows her every move, but his mind seems to be somewhere at the moment. Good for you, buddy. So why don't we ask the average resident of New York City what they think? Excuse me, miss. She approaches me with a spring in her step. The cameraman can barely keep up. Jesus, can't they bother anyone else? I picked the wrong choice. Excuse me, miss. What is your opinion on China and its biological war against... I picked the wrong choice. I picked the wrong choice. I picked the wrong choice. Thanks, game. I hate it. I should have picked Cat Guy. It's a little much. It's a little much. Sometimes when it's too contemporary, it's too much. It's too much. I'm gonna tell her that she can fuck off, assholes. Wait, what? Wait, what? No! I have to tweet this to the... I have to tweet this. No, I can't. I shouldn't tweet this. When I write the blog, I will definitely promote this. I really want to tell her to fuck off, though. I really want to tell her to fuck off. But I also really want to click China don't care. And this is a Midnight Cowboy reference. Man. There's too many good choices. We got a Midnight Cowboy reference. We got the one that's probably the correct answer. And we have, which in my own headcanon, is a giant bomb reference. Hey, I'm walking here. I should have picked the cats. I don't know what to pick. This is rough. This is really, this is genuinely rough. I'm gonna say fuck off, assholes. I'm gonna go with fuck off. Fuck off, assholes. Go find some other idiot to pester. I hoped inappropriate language would make her look for an all-ages friendly interviewee, but I was wrong. Oh, this one's got an attitude. Keep the camera rolling, Mickey. Miss. April O'Neil has changed. God, do you think that's why they put her in yellow? Shit. Wow. You might actually be right. You might actually be right. I try to keep moving, but she dances around me, desperately trying to stick her mic under my nose. How she keeps her balance in those high heels at that speed remains a mystery. Try to stop the recording. You know, you'll have to buy yourself a new camera if you don't get this one out of my face, right? Oh, I'm well aware how lefty college students like you react when they know they can't win and... Oh, man. God. Okay. No comment. I'm doing my best to avoid being recorded, but the cameraman is relentless. It's only a matter of time before he realizes me being blurry is not a temporary glitch. Gotta keep my cool. Leave me alone, you smooth-brained lizard woman from hell. Can I drink them? Let me drink their blood, please. Please, please let me drink her blood. 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 I will send the developer an extra $1 if you let me drink her blood. Not until you talk to me about China. Mikey, keep up with us. Why the hell is she so determined to get me? Maybe something about my style makes me look like the perfect straw man of an American-hating college kid she can try to destroy on camera. Miss, are you one of these China-loving kid? Nope. I am not reading this. I apologize. I understand that this character is a stand-in. Can't do it. I literally can't do it. We're gonna get through this together. Little too on the nose, my game. I want to drink. Let me drink her blood. Just. Oh boy. Well, chat, which of these options do you want me to do? I want to do Oblivion. It's a good video game. We should play the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. It seems like the choice that's not Skyrim to talk about the state of, CRPGs. Sure not, why not? Let's just use our vampire power to fuck up the camera. We're Lasombra. A large delivery truck zooming along the road plants an idea in my head. I narrow my eyes, sharpen my eyesight, and quietly beckon the shadows that silently pay witness to our little drama. Their presence swiftly becomes tangible to me, the absence of light responding like limbs yearning to be flexed. Feeling in control, I ordered the shadow to yank the camera out of the man's hands and throw it right under the oncoming truck. It happened so swiftly, no one notices what has transpired. The camera lands on the road just in time for the truck to run over it. The expensive equipment turns into a cloud of plastic debris, most of which is scattered in every direction. As I walk away, the furious scream of the interviewer makes me think that they've given up on the memory card, wherever it ended up. You people have dog brains. Prolonged frustration and a short euphoric rush at the end. Sounds like every journalism-related episode in my life. I don't ever want to go back. All of a sudden, the world ends. Everything stops. I'm lost in the darkness, and there's not even a heartbeat to guide me. It's like sleep paralysis, except it feels as if I suddenly woke from reality instead of a dream. Kaiser fucking bagged you. Instinctively, I react to it the same way I used to react whenever I woke up in the muddle of the night, aware but not able to move or speak. Use your vampire power to summon Patrick Stewart for 5 minutes of dialogue. I just wait for it to pass. But instead of slowly regaining control, I just see a bizarre room emerge from the darkness. Just look at her. Flesh refusing its fate. Oh. Okay. It appears we're in an underground torture dungeon. It is. Okay, I got the point. Ah, it's the ghost thing. That's clearly the scarf lady. Okay. Oh, corporate dude. It is not the one you were looking for, is it? Cool. Now, it is worth pointing out that the World of Darkness does have a campaign setting known as Wraith. Wraith is where basically you play a ghost, and you're supposed to get to the afterlife, and Wraith the Oblivion is kind of cool conceptual. So you play a deceased spirit in Wraith that has not yet passed on to the other life. You are in this kind of underworld type of thing. And what I always remember is Wraith had probably the most troubled and problematic development of all of the World of Darkness games. And it was widely considered, even by the World of Darkness standards, the hardest game of the entire franchise. And I remember the reason why Wraith was considered hard. I would love to see VTubers play Hunter the Vigil, but the reason why Wraith was hard is you actually needed for every campaign, you needed to create 2 characters, your protagonist, and you actually needed to make your antagonist. And then you would have to, like, give that antagonist... So you had to invent your antagonist and then give the antagonist in Wraith to your dungeon master, your DM, and then the DM would have to work with that. It was unique, and it's an interesting idea, and as you can imagine, when you combine it with the fact that the whole World of Darkness system itself is really convoluted, it just was a mess. And it ended, I want to say, before they rebooted the entire World of Darkness franchise, like, Wraith was discontinued 7 years before the reboot of the entire franchise. Like, it just did not work at all. He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep is silent before the shearers, he did not open his mouth. So if anyone who's played D&D, imagine if you would, you're requiring all of your players to create a protagonist that you need to plan for, and then also your players have created an antagonist. So there's no one, like, there's no, like, Xanathar. They all create a Xanathar that you now need to plan for. And then on top of that, Wraith also required you to have, like, the reason why you haven't entered the afterlife, and, like, the game was designed to make you feel uncomfortable. And worst of all, I forgot this part. Worst of all, in a troop, you were required in Wraith to be in an antagonistical relationship to at least one other player. So, no matter what, there had to be one person in the party who always doubted you and challenged you, even in the most simplest of puzzles. There had to be someone who said bullshit to everything that you said. So imagine doing PvP for everything. Or being forced to confront a PvP possible outcome for everything, including puzzles. It's a fucking mess. There is none righteous, not even one. There is none who understands. There is none who seeks for God. All have turned aside together. They have become useless. If anyone curses his father or mother, he must be put to death. Raging waves of the sea foaming up their own shame, wandering stars for whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Whenever I become one with darkness, there's always this nagging fear that it might be impossible to become the normal me again. That instead of the shadows returning to normal, I will let my consciousness be dragged between somewhere else, somewhere between the worlds. Somewhere where, like this, wherever this is. This is the first time that fear has come true. Are you afraid? It's a bad idea to answer. Don't do it. Yes. Ah ha 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 ha. Excellent. 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 I think I need to sit in this chair. Total War fans are very upset Three Kingdoms not getting any more support. They literally announced they're doing another... You sons of bitches. They literally said they're going to do one more and then immediately make a new game. And then also, those assholes didn't like Three Kingdoms in the first place. They're just worried that all of the development resources will go to Warhammer 3, and then the Total War historical community is going to get jack shit. which is probably true. Dude, they supported that game perfectly. It's just no one bought that shit. Warhammer ate their fucking historical community's cake. And they didn't like it because, you know, like I said, it's almost as if there's a racially coded component to the hatred for Three Kingdoms. Like, that game did really well in Asia. Surprise, surprise. I think I need to sit in this chair. This is great. This is great. This is great. Yeah, Three Kingdoms is good. It's just I don't like all... I kind of have realized that one of the problems with historical is that, you know, you're just dealing with a lot of... You're dealing with a lot of peasant archers and low-level cav and just the same bullshit. And the diversity of Warhammer is just the best part. I sit in the chair. It's not like you had a choice. Still in the lean years and unworthy of joining the rest. However, the path is open, and it is a path of obligation, liability, a debt that will be repaid one day. And when she asks you what brought you here, let your response be a scent of death. Suddenly, I feel my mind beginning to drift away from here. I'm slowly starting to regain control over my thoughts. Cool. No, you aren't. Yes, I am. Fine. Think whatever you want. I find myself in a dark corner, leaning against a wet, cold brick wall. I think I'm conscious again, back from whatever it was, awake but in a familiar place. Unfamiliar place. Well, let's just hope it's still in New York City. I emerge from the shadows to see where I am. A source of light above my head momentarily blinds me, causing me to instinctively raise my hand. As I do, I hit some sort of garbage bag with my hand. I fall to the floor, letting loose a metallic din. What the fuck? A woman. I feel her hand grabbing my clothes. She brutally drags me closer. With one of my hands already above my head, I raise the other. Easy, peace, I mean you no harm. How long have you been here? I don't know. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Here, or in general, really. It's like sometimes the forces I control figure out how to control me. What are you, junkie? No, you're kindred. Yeah! Keep your shit together, goddammit. I'm Julius Sawinski, representative of the Lasombra in New York City. Camarilla? Uh-huh, I'm a Camarilla investigator. Well, if you came here to catch me, you're gonna be sorry you tried, Miss Lasombra. No, stop right here. I wasn't ordered to catch anybody. I'm just investigating Douglas Callahan's death. This surprises her. She loosens her grip slightly. Callahan is dead? Nothing left but a rotten carcass and a musty robe. Well, I'll be damned. I've been off the grid for too long. What brought you here? A memory from a different world pops up in my head. Yeah, I think I know the right answer. A scent of death. She lets me go. I rub my eyes and finally get a good look at her face. Oh, it's Tamika, the character we did not social link with. And I kind of regretted, because we did Agathon instead. She's gorgeous, and judging by her nomadic clothes and particular fierce aura, she is probably an outlander. Clan Gangrel. Yeah, we need to talk about the fact that, like, Cruelest Neighborhood's home, Pride. This clan embraces from the ranks of those who have already spilled blood and had their blood spilled. Those who have fallen through the cracks of society, and they decided to do an African American for this person. Fought against horrible odds, come from prison gangs, vagrants. Oh, God. Guys! Guys, whenever I want to give this game credit... Oh, man. She's gorgeous, and judging by her nomadic clothes, and particularly fierce aura, she is probably an outlander. Well, have a talk, you and I. Sure. What's your name? Tamika. Pass me a smoke, will you? If only it could... My heart would skip a beat right now. Tamika, I guess once again, someone out there led me to the proper path. Yeah, sure, here. When I pass her a cigarette, I realize I'm standing in something wet. Something that smells tasty. I look at my feet and see a puddle of water mixed with blood. Oh, I get it. Oh, cool. Were these guys first light? The high-powered guns and expensive-looking outfits, flashbang tasers, all chosen specifically to combat the undead. I recognize that equipment from some horror stories I've read. First Light Sea USS OCOM, whatever they call themselves, they all bleed all the same, usually before I have the chance to ask them a single question. Government-funded inquisitors. Some claim they're connected to the U.S. government. Some claim they're supported by the anti-kindred faction in the Holy See. Some have even wilder theories. You did this all by yourself? Have you seriously seen nothing? Nothing at all? I shake my head. Believe it or not, I have no idea how I got here. And just kind of let the shadows guide me. Is that a Lasombra thing? I've never actually talked to any of you. No idea what you guys can actually do. Still learning the ropes myself. Go with the flow and all that. My embrace was just a few months ago. Huh. So you folks are with the Ivory Tower now. Last I checked, you were with the Sabbat. The Camis wouldn't forgive all the trouble you've caused them overnight. Okay, an extremist sect that fully enjoys their predatory tendencies and doesn't think highly of mortals, largely believed to be embroiled in bringing up an eschatological vampire-on-vampire conflict known as the Genna War. They were driven away from the West over the last few decades. I've heard that New York City used to be Sabbat-controlled until 1999. The Lasombra, my clan, used to be the tinkers behind these wackos, but they've since thrown out their lot in with the Camarilla. The Sabbat is still a thing. You have the Panders. So the Lasombra used to be... I think the Lasombra are the Lasombra Sabbat in 5th edition? Oh, that's right. They've split up different types of Lasombra into all three cat. So you can be Camarilla, Sabbat, or Anarchs if you're Lasombra. But primarily they're Pandards, Tesmis, Simish. Pandars are a type of caitiff, also known as the clanless. The Samisi are primarily the Sabbat leaders. Although I think they can join the Anarchs now. Oh well. Again, I'm practically still a Neo-Knight. I just know there's a lot of bad blood between my clan and the others, and that I can expect at least one glare of pure contempt whenever I visit Elysium. A teenager in kindred terms, knows more than a fledgling, but still relatively newly embraced. I'm one, And it'll be a few decades before I grow out of these shoes. Heh, I see. We spoke in silence for a short while. I'm gonna ask if she's alone. Are you alone? So are you acting alone? Is this personal curiosity, an investigator's curiosity, or collecting intel for Camarilla? Doesn't matter. I have nothing to hide. Yes, I'm alone. Every kindred on the East Coast benefits from these guys' death, but nobody wants to get involved. She flicks ash onto the bodies. Aren't they extremely dangerous? Almost got me for good last year. Took me a few weeks to get back in action. Then why are you doing this? Those motherfuckers have an unfortunate tendency to hurt people I care about. My brothers, my sisters. I see. I don't know how it is in other cities, but here, funny enough, they only seem to target marginalized and radicalized kindred, ones that could theoretically pose a threat to the current order. Meanwhile, the establishment in New York City hasn't really changed ever since Calabro stepped down. Quite the opposite. Every SI raid in this city has only strengthened the old paradigm. Almost makes you think that their goal is something other than protecting the citizens from blank body menace. The blank body menace. Tamika throws her cigarette into the puddle, unfinished, and crushes it under her heel. She obviously has difficulty smoking. It's like she's only ever tried it a few times. I assume she saw me carrying a pack and decided to try it to calm her nerves after the battle. Or maybe she just wanted an excuse to make our conversation less awkward. Who knows? So are you planning to snitch on me, Shadow Girl? And why would I do that? Let me get this straight. You really think I'm dumb enough to believe for 1 second that a Camarilla investigator would just so happen to stumble upon the alley where I just killed a bunch of SI motherfuckers? If so, you're the one who's dumb, sister. Looks I need to show her I mean business, just like I showed Natasha yesterday. Look, I couldn't give two shits whether you killed one or a dozen of those SI operatives. Whatever, do your thing. But I do think you might have been involved in a murder that actually concerns me, Callahan's murder. What? What are you talking about? I found this on his body. Well, what remained of it. I show her the note. She tries to grab it to read it, but I don't let her. Aside from your name, we've got Hope, Agathon, and D'Angelo. You know them? Passingly. Any idea why Callahan would need a list of all of your names? I might know why, yes. Do you? Absolutely. Do you know a man going by the name of Torque? I love how the clear connection is our character from the last game, but because they allow you to pick different characters, they have avoided saying the name of your character. I love it. It's great. In fact, I think you're even able to pick your character's name. Well, I think we're gonna wrap up Tamika and then call it there. You've been playing a good chunk. This was good. I forgot how good this game is when it's not being weird, contemporary, bad. Huh. Of course I do. Do you know about his connection to Boss Callahan and by proxy to this list and me? No, I'm all ears. Well, too bad, because it's classified intel, sister. What do you mean by classified? Not free? Oh, great, as if I were in the position to or could afford any sort of quid pro quo, but fine, let's hear it. What do you want? She motions toward the bodies. I've killed too many of these assholes. They're tightening the screws. As it is, New York City is no longer safe for someone like me. Well, not that it ever was. Oh man, bracing for something unreasonable. What I need is a way out of the city. You will offer that to me, I give you the intel you need. Huh. Would you look at that? That's something I can handle, actually, yeah. She raises her eyebrows. That's a surprisingly confident answer for a practically still neo-knight. I'm something of an immigration officer. Psh, gotta say, you sound awfully close to a cop. Almost as bad, a bureaucrat. I know of a secret pathway that would lead to the West Coast, 100% safe travel, and if you took it, you'd be untraceable. Sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Wait until you see how much it costs. The only reason I know of this route is because a certain Nazi criminal group reached out to me on account of my position and offered a mutually beneficial deal regarding illegal kindred travel. She refers to them as Nazis instead of Nosferatu. That's adorable. That's adorable. She doesn't call them Nosferatu, she calls them Nazis. Normally I'd refuse, but they offered me the only thing that can buy me. A lot of cash. Fine then, money's not an issue. Now that's something I never had a chance to ever say in earnest. Okay then. I guess you want me to help you out before you do anything for me. Of course. But would you even accept this kind of deal? Hell no. Right, so we need to think of something that actually benefits both of us. She's lost in her thoughts for a moment, then speaks up. Have you met Torque before? In the course of your investigation, or before? I wanted to, but on the Anarch side, I only managed to meet Mia, and she wasn't keen on the idea of the two of us meeting. Ah yes, Mia. Her expression betrays she's got some vicious stories to tell, but it would be beneath her to divulge them. Too bad. Maybe it could be a bonding experience. So here's the thing. A few months ago, Torque and I were together. A lot of things happened, and long story short, I no longer feel close to him. But from what I know, he still feels close to me. Back when I thought there might be something between us, I gave him a ring that has a lot of sentimental value to me. And since these days sentimentality is all that keeps me going, I want it back. So my suggestion is, tell Torque's people I sent you to get inside his base of operations, meet up with him, ask him your questions, and convince him to give me my ring back. You get to interrogate him, then I get to have my ring back, then you get my side of the story. Then I get to leave the city with your help. Everybody wins more than once. They will really let me in just because I tell them you sent me. They will. Trust me. That sounds too easy. What caused the two of you to drift apart? Irreconcilable differences in worldview. Well, I assume so. But that's a diplomatic answer. If I'm going to involve myself in the relationship drama of two ex-lovers, I'll need something more to go on. Will you? Yeah. She picks her words carefully. I realized I had become an element of his carefully crafted projected image. Having me as a radical partner allowed him to present himself as a mediator while paying lip service to revolutionary ideas. A mediator, that's the 21st century for you. Everybody wants to be a middleman these days, and nobody wants to do what's right. You serious? Whenever I hear about Torque from the Ancilla, they talk about him like he's the second coming of Mao. If he ever seemed that, it's only because from time to time, people like me pushed him into doing uneasy things. Ever heard of the Southern Wolf and the Northern Fox? Both of them want to eat you for dinner, but only the Southern Wolf makes it immediately obvious. The tricky Northern Fox makes eyes and allows you to pet him before taking a bite. Torque loves to surround himself with Northern Foxes. They talk of compromises, they seem reasonable compared to the opposition, but at the end of the day, they have eyes on the same prize, power. Hearing this gives me a foreboding feeling, but I can't quite nail down why. All right, tell me where to go, and I'll tell you where we'll meet later. Damn, girl, you just went there. I'm just chilling at Torque's when suddenly a shrill, loud voice pierces my eardrums. And what the hell are you doing here? Ah, it's fucking this bitch. Oh yeah, it's the pissy lady from Torque's Inner Circles. Ah, boy. I'm gonna say I'm here to see Torque. I'm here to see Torque. I'm here to see Torque. I figured as much. You should have gone through the security first. Get out. And what if he tells me to stay? Fat chance, maybe. Move your ass before I throw you out. Sure. Mia, it's okay. Oh, damn. Damn, son. First, Kadir became a Bara daddy. Now, Torque. God, what was that Netflix Marvel television show that was about in New Orleans? Not Cloak and Dagger. Ah, shit. Iron Fist? No. Shit. Now, was that Iron Fist? It wasn't Luke Cage. Was Iron Fist the one that came out the same time of Jessica Jones? No, it was Luke Cage, right. This guy looks like a character from Luke Cage. Right. Man, the fact that we will never be able to rewatch those Netflix Marvel movies or Marvel shows is a bummer. There he is, walking through the door. One of the most infamous New York City barons, or as some people started calling him, the moment Callahan met his end, the Baron of New York City. Torque, we've talked about this. Situation is a little different now. Tamika sent her. What? Bullshit. I wasn't able to track her down for weeks. Well, I did. And guess what? It took me one night, you clown. Ha ha! I like it when she calls people out for their shit. God, she's such a good character. She's such a good character. I've had enough of that. I've had enough of bitchy henchwoman for the week, so I can't help but put her down. She shoots me a hateful look, but Torque gestures at her to stay quiet. This is a reason to celebrate, not to get mad. Now, if you allowed the two of us a private conversation. No way. I want to keep an eye on her. You will keep an eye on the exit, and that will be enough. Please. He puts on his best authoritative tone, and it works. No protest this time. Mia leaves the room. I'm sorry about her. She can be overzealous, but usually that's not a bad thing. Yeah, sure. So, has she told you I've been trying to reach you for a few nights? I don't think so. Have you? Well, I'm the dumbass the court ordered to investigate Callahan's final death, so considering you're connection to the case, I thought it would be prudent for us to talk. Ah, so that's you. Yeah. Now, I know you're probably anxious to hear about Tamika. I'm surprised to hear you two know each other. We actually met through this investigation anyways. As I was saying, I know you probably can't wait to hear about her, but I'd like to ask you a few questions first. I understand. Do your job. Did you know Douglas Callahan? Of course I did. We were both barons. Kept having professional obligations to meet each other, but that was it. What was your private opinion of him? Same as everyone else's, a racist clown mentally stuck in the 18th century who spent too much time keeping the anarchs down. I'm glad he's gone. You mean you're glad he met final death? Well, you know what they say. Hate to see you go, love to watch you leave. Weren't you the first kindred who saw his corpse? I was, but it was his ghouls who found him. By the way, we've established that some of them tampered with the crime scene. They were properly disciplined for that. Convenient story. Let's move on. What's your alibi for that night? None. I was running around town the entire night, taking care of various issues unrelated to Callahan, but I don't intend to divulge them to someone from the Ivory Tower. So you have no interest in proving yourself innocent. My official position was made clear. It's the Camarilla who are to blame. It's your job to prove me wrong. Kuramak, at least for once, can I face a problem that can be solved with pure logic, not politics? Any findings on your side I know of? Ask Mia, she's the one who handled the murder scene. I'm not privy to all the details. Pope, D'Angelo, Agathon. Any idea who those people are? Can't recall. Sorry. The evidence I found suggests a potential link between Callahan and Tamika. Any clue? I knew both of them well, but as far as I know, they've never met. That's it. Oh well, not sure what I expected. He's the kind of guy that could only be pushed to talk if I had something concrete to push with him. Time to move on. Well, regarding Tamika. Finally. I'll cut straight to the chase. She wanted to inform you that she'll be skipping town for a while. The SI is hard on her trail, and she needs to lose them ASAP. I've told her countless times if she's in danger, I will always be there for her. Does she think she can find a secure way out of the city in this situation? She's safe. So you say. She's got some other friends in high places. She'll manage to get out. Gotta admit, that's not what I expected to hear, or what I wanted to hear. Why did she decide to contact me? She wants her ring back. His aura changes into a blink of an eye. Ah, I see now. So that's why she didn't show up herself. Wouldn't even face me when delivering the final insult. Uh-oh. Looks like I stepped on a landmine. She said the ring was a symbol of the trust she put in me. No way in hell I'm going to give it away. Not until she gives me the chance to explain myself. I need that ring to get Tamika to talk, but the way he's acting, it doesn't seem like he'd be willing to part with it. It might require me to act shitty, but maybe time to change my approach. Oh boy. She's a writer. She's absolutely a writer. I have to imagine. She's a writer. She has to be good at lying. She has to be good at lying. Lie, lie, lie through your teeth. Listen, this is none of my business, but I think you've got something wrong here. How exactly? She still loves you. Poof. He's only doe-eyed for a short moment, but it's obvious I hit him where it hurts. You said you just met her. How could you know? We fought an SI patrol together. That won me her trust, and then we had an unexpected honest talk, woman to woman. Glad Mia is away. If she was still in the room, I'd be far too embarrassed to let this shit escape my mouth, but Torque just nods, prompting me to go on. She's conflicted. She understands the painful realities of this world, but wants to hold on to her ideals. That's why it's hard for her to stay close to you. Even though deep down she resentfully respects your slow and steady work, she still wants to give her own approach a chance. Oh my god, what am I doing? Then why would she want the ring? To me, it's an obvious message. I was wrong to put my hopes in you. It's punishment. She wants it to remember you by, and to have the symbol of those hopes near her, to remind her there is always another way. Look, I know this is hard for you, but you gotta give her time and the benefit of the doubt. It will pay dividends in the long run, slowly make her realize her misconceptions might have been wrong. The realization slowly dawns on him. Oh my god, he's actually buying it. I'm dying inside. Oh boy, this was a lot. This was a lot. This is a lot. He takes the ring out of his inside pocket and passes it on to me. Go. Tell her I'll be waiting, and that my feelings haven't changed. Of course. Should Mia lead you out? No need. No need. I'll manage. As I leave, I feel very self-conscious about the pace of my walk. I feel like I just got away with murder. If you realize what I said to Mia, she will probably see through my bullshit in an instant, but well. Won't be my problem at that point. Time to meet Tamika. I find her already waiting in front of the Jewish Museum. How did it go? She raises her eyebrows as I put her the golden ring into her palm. Wait, let's read this again. She raises her eyebrows as I put her the golden ring into her palm. This article, doesn't need to be here, right? I'm tired, but I'm pretty sure this article doesn't need to be here. I'm quite surprised, to be honest. I didn't think you'd succeed. Turns out I'm a talented diplomat. Psh. From my experience, that usually means a liar. She looks at the ring with a gentle gaze, then stores it safely in her pocket. Or has he really changed? Who knows? I just met him for the first time in my life. Unlife, anyway. I've kept my end of the bargain. Of course. It's time I keep mine. Last year, a certain fledgling appeared in the city and attempted to build a coterie. That list you found on Callahan, that's the list they got. They contacted each of us, then found themselves in deep shit. Asai, Kaiser, Sophie Langley, some shadow players, manipulating everything from behind the scenes. Then they disappeared. Cool, my character's dead. Kaiser, that name popping up once again. Can't be coincidence. No one knows where or why, doesn't really matter. That happens when you punch way above your weight. Hope they're doing fine, despite all the odds. In any case, Torque got involved too. That's how I met him, actually. He got hurt, didn't want to say how, claimed it could put anyone who knew in danger. Whatever happened, it gave him the drive and the desire for change. For 2 months, he was a beautiful kindred, plain and simple. But suddenly, something in him snapped overnight. His tone mellowed out, his actions became timid, his language became more befitting of a political science student than a charismatic leader. I assumed he met someone who made him an offer he couldn't refuse, but I had no idea who that was. And then one night, I followed him when he went out, and I saw him scheming at the docks with Callahan. When he came back, we had an argument. When he refused to explain himself, I knew I was on my way out. And that was that. I understand. Wish I'd known that earlier. Might have confronted the facts with him and learned something more. He never told me, of all kindred. What makes you think he would have told you? She's got a point, I suppose. Alright, thank you. Now it's my turn. Here's your way out. I point at the manhole below our feet. Here's a map of the sewers. Follow the route, then burn it. You'll be looking for a one-eyed Nosferatu wearing tactical gear. Tell him I sent you, then give him the agreed-upon amount of money. What kind of route will I be taking anyway? An armored van full of precious coffins. My man knows how to arrange them to allow for unnoticed extra cargo. Her face darkens. The circulatory system? What did you expect? The rich and powerful always get the blood they want, one way or another. At least tonight, one of their routes will be used for something good. She drops her soldiers in resignation and opens the manhole cover. Fine, but remember, if it doesn't work, I'll be back at your doorstep with a vengeance if it's the last thing I do. I'm sure it will work out fine. Just be aware of a giant albino ghoul alligator while you're down there. Tamika rolls her eyes. Sewer ghoul alligator? For your information, it's just a story New York kindred tell to neonites to mess with them while they're still gullible enough to believe anything they hear about their new world. Well, that makes sense, I suppose. Well, this is a goodbye. If in a few months you hear from the First Light presence in Los Angeles has been decimated, assume that, against all odds, I'm still unalive and kicking. If you keep killing indiscriminately, you might cross a line of no return, you know. Shouldn't you take it easy for a while? Not until my brothers and sisters in blood stop being slaughtered. Oh man, really? You're gonna pull that line? You're gonna pull that line. Man. Sometimes this game is too on the nose. Oh, man. Here's some parting advice for you. We might be monsters, but we were lucky enough to be born in a world that's even more monstrous than we are. If we rebel against it, we might still find salvation. If only I could believe it. Didn't expect the preaching tone. Why are you telling me this? Because I think I have a pretty good nose for people's auras, and when I take a good look at you, I smell the possibility that you'll give in to the fear of the dark visions of the future you've conjured in your head. I smell a controlling anger that might get out of hand if you get a whiff of power. I smell someone who doesn't value the truth much. It's not much, just a hunch. But you seem prone to giving in to the Camarella's empty promises of safety and their petite bourgeois values. I think I should take offense to that. I hope you do. That would reflect on you well. In any case, whatever happens, see you in your next life, Julia. Safe travels, Tamika. I skipped tonight's visit to the church. I'm not in the mood to see Benoit. I'm still embarrassed about yesterday's outburst. And I'm kind of pissed none of the clan elders in Chicago bothered to reply to any of my fucking reports. No advice, no feedback, nothing. I feel like I was left utterly alone. Besides, it's late. I always get back to the apartment early in the morning, right before it gets bright. It's getting risky to be out there so close to sunrise. Accidents can happen. I'll try to get back earlier tomorrow night, attempt to surprise Dakota. Yeah, I'm back! Yay. How was work? All caught up? Yeah, I managed to get my deadlines postponed. All our clients are canceling and delaying orders left and right. Huh, does that mean you'll have time to help me with my makeup tomorrow? We'll see. Perfect. All right, I need to disappear before the sun catches up with me. Hey, yeah? I love you. Oh. An uneasy silence fills the room. I'm not getting out of this one, am I? Well, I've already come up with one love story tonight. What's another? I love you too. I quickly turn away to avoid looking at her sincere smile and leave to rest. Oh boy. You need to rest. You can't do it. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna save. Nope, 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 nope. Back, 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 back. Okay. Oh, no, wait, I have to exit. Right. This interface system. It's bad. All right. Well, I'm not sure how much more of this I have left. We've got D'Angelo. We've got D'Angelo. We obviously need to deal with Kaiser. And then maybe the conclusion after that? I think the writing overall in this game is significantly better than Coteries of New York. The problem is that there are far fewer choices to make. And while ultimately the choices in Coteries of New York were ultimately pointless, it feels like what I'm doing to progress the story or like... I wonder, there must be a fail state. There must be a fail state in this game. The last game had a fail state where you just let yourself get decapitated by Kadir. But I'm gonna have to look it up when I'm done playing this. But anyways, good stream, everybody. I'll be probably playing some Grandia 2 tomorrow because unlike my co-hosts, I'm not a coward. I actually do my assignments. You goddamn cowards. One of us, of all three of us, streamed all three of our Kusoge games, and the rest of us were cowards. I want to say that all of the achievements for this game are related to progressing the story. And the one that I just got that's called Anarchy in New York, that's the name of the achievement. And then the subtitle is Take a Crash Course in Delusionment. 31.3% of players have this achievement. Oh, boy. I really wish I had done the cat guy instead of the fucking Fox News reporter. But anyways, this was fun. I really want to finish this. But anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow. I have no idea when I will actually stream, but it'll be tomorrow, and it will be fun. Until then, peace.